Fishlight is a multi-year research project. The main focus of it is about how do we look at alternative gear types within our inshore fisheries that we can use to replace gill nets or transitioning people from gill nets.
Let's just say that's the shoreline, right? What tunnelling is, it's pretty simple. Use a tide to catch a fish. Low water mark is here, that's where it dries to. So outside low water mark, we need an area where we can put our tunnel. We need an area that we can put 2 traps in. And then the net goes from there to the shore. These wings are nothing more than fences.
Fish can see the net. That's the whole idea of it. We don't want the fish to interact with the net. We want them to stay away from the net.
All the little things we don't want to catch go through that mesh. And as the tide recedes, the fish, they think, oh man, we've been had. We've got a net around us. So they race up and down along the net and they see this hole and they think we're out. So they go in there, but then when they go out, it turns them back in again. And as long as there's plenty of water in there and there's none in here, that's where they'll stay because they feel safe there. So every fish from there to there in that area ends up in here. Now across the mouth of the tunnel, we have a grid that stops turtles, stingrays from getting in here where we're going to end up with a fish.
So the key principles that all of our gear types are designed upon is to firstly exclude and mitigate any interactions with threatened or endangered species. The next really key thing that we've tried to look at is how we can identify gears that have fish alive at the point of capture, because that provides great opportunities in terms of economics.
What you can do, for instance, we'll ring up the wholesaler and we're out there in the bay and they're all in the tunnel. And we'll say, right, we've got 100 trays of rabbit fish here. How many do you want? He says, oh, to keep the current price, can you take 60 trays and let the rest go? No problem. We let them go, we'll catch them another day. There's no other sort of fishing way you can do that.
You can catch a volume of fish, but then you only have to take what you need.
But it also allows us to release any, say, undersized fish or fish that we deem as bycatch back safely into the environment.
Everything gets released. If you don't want it, if you've got enough, let it go.
And the amount of different areas and structures you have up here would only allow for a certain amount of fishermen to be able to operate in this area. They would probably be better off operating together. They could work here this week, and when the tides are right, they can move to Gladstone and work there. And that gives all your areas a spell.
Because you're out there for such a long period of time every day, you feel part of the place. It's hard to explain, but it's like a religion. It's that close to my heart, being out there with the environment, doing what we do. My belief is that we've got to get to the next evolutionary stage of management in fisheries.
You know, you can't be stuck in a certain way and that's it. Everything changes.
I could see that without learning different methods, we weren't going to survive. And my kids and grandkids weren't going to survive.
This program itself, it's not just about small change, it's a giant leap.
I'd say go for it, have a crack at it.